hungry.
You're listening to Anime Now.
Hungry. I haven't been getting hungry lately.
The most, the hottest, the most current views
The hottest.
in
The hottest
anime.
views.
My name is Lawrence.
Ugh.
The
What's this? This is an intro.
the stellar sea eagle of anime commentary.
Is this an intro?
Yeah, I needed people to know I'm an eagle.
What kind of eagle?
The stellar sea eagle.
What's that? What do they look like?
They're sick.
They're
fucking-
sick. Describe. Are they majestic?
They're so majestic. They're like they're native to Hokkaido, and they've got like this white shoulder along their wings, and like their crown is like really ruffled in like a cool anime boy. They literally got like Sasuke hair. It's an eagle with Sasuke hair.
Oh, I know who you mean. Okay, I think I can picture one.
And they've got like this huge schnoz, like just a big old fucking chomping ass beak.
Wouldn't
Like,
know how that feels.
it's
I can't imagine.
you could murder predators with that beak. It's or prey. I mean, you could probably like get some predators as well. Actually, like just cut them right open and like string their entrails from trees. Love to be an
Sick.
eagle.
Like to be a vulture.
A vulture?
Dip in my head and fucking nice, a nice tasty open wound.
Just feasting off of decay.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah. What else do you do?
fresh kills.
Fresh kills.
Yeah.
You know,
Like fresh seafood.
You think there's 700 pound serrano hams or fresh kills, huh?
No, I'd like switch to carp and salmon and shit. Like get some Hokkaido salmon. I've been reading a lot of Golden Kamui. I love that shit.
I haven't picked that up since I said I picked it up.
It's pretty good.
Because I've been distracted. Have you noticed?
Yeah, no.
Have you noticed? Have you
You've
heard about
mentioned.
this?
Oh, is your laptop gone?
Yeah, laptop's
Sleep?
fine. Yeah, forget about it. That thing.
How we
don't
pay
need to worry
attention to
about
the
it.
time.
That thing's changed my life.
Well, let me just look at the time. Okay.
Yeah, I really need to get to sleep. I
Mm-hmm.
really need some sleep.
Yeah. See, now like the bowl is full of ash now, so you can't.
Yeah. I want
singing.
to see if it makes patterns in the ash. Hang on, wait.
Oh, we're gonna do sound experimentation now.
We're experimenting with sound. I want to see if it does that thing where you ever seen how when you play certain frequencies over a speaker, it makes patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called. And it happens with ferrous fluid as well.
Maybe if you didn't have the cigarettes in there, the ash might like
Form a message from our
Yeah,
ancestors.
this is nasty now. It's an ashtray. You like desecrated the ashtray.
It's a Tibetan singing bowl. It's a Tibetan singing bowl ashtray.
Yeah.
You got up like I was doing something, filthy.
No, I was gonna
Lawrence-
reposition myself for comfort.
Lawrence is looming over me.
I was gonna reposition myself. There we go. We're in Goon Cave Beta.
This is where the magic happens. This place is where the magic happens.
Happy Gooner New Year. I forgot to wish you a happy Gooner New Year today. Yeah. It's
When's the Goon year?
it's a week after Lunar New Year. It's like when all of the Gooners emerge from their goon caves a week after Lunar New Year and forgetting that it's Lunar New Year, just ignoring all of the fireworks outside the 10-person paper dragon because they're too busy whacking it to JV. And they emerge into the fresh air of a new year, and you wish your fellow Gooners happy Gooner New Year.
Really, I'd like to have some Gooner friends. I think
You do.
I'd like to goon together.
Wait, so you could like goon over Discord?
Friends that goon together.
Goon
together.
buds?
Yeah, I guess I just abandoned my internet friends recently, so feels weird.
Oh, you didn't abandon them.
I did abandon them.
No, you took a break for mental health reasons.
I'm not going back. No, it wasn't for mental health. Oh, maybe it was for mental health. No, it's because Twitter sucks ass.
That too. Yeah.
Fucking blows real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took a break because you were looking after yourself. That's
I'm not
a
going
good
back.
thing.
I'm not looking after myself. Look at me.
One step at a time. One thing at a time. No, I suppose we are not looking after ourselves because we decided to defeat ourselves. This poison of an anime
It's
series.
delicious.
It was not.
You felt poisoned by it.
Yeah, I felt like I swallowed a whole capsule of fucking botulinum.
Oof, that's nasty as well. You got the poops.
Yeah,
poopies.
Yeah, but like my face is fucking radiant. Like I didn't know botulinum was literally Botox. Like people are like shooting.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize. No, okay,
it's the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
Botulinum toxin. Like, yeah, it's a good thing they changed it to Botox because like a doctor's being like, oh, I'm just gonna inject a little bit of botulinum toxin into your face.
So if you drink that face sauce, then you get real bad poopies.
Yeah, I think you like just eject the entirety of your bowels. Like,
botulism fucking sucks ass.
Uh-huh.
If you ever, and this is something that you might do because I know you. If you ever get into canning and tinning things,
yeah, no, I'm aware of the dangers.
Yeah. Botulism's fucking spooky.
I think there's easier ways of like canning and tinning things that would avoid that. Though I might have to look into that sometime.
I'm starting to miss that something real. Have you looked any more into deli slices?
No, because we have limited counter space, and I think a Vitamix blender like has priority for me at the moment. It's ahead of the deli slicer.
I'm still liquid, Joss.
Yeah. How's that going?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not have survived this week. Like staying up till 4 each night. Like doing making the music and coding the stuff, and then getting up at like 7:30 for work. Like I would not have survived it hadn't been for my new fucking super gay vitamin and liquid Joss regime.
That's wild. I'm not sure if I should be happy about that or not. But you're 2 shakes a day, like two smoothies a day.
Yeah. 2 smoothies.
One solid meal,
and then onigiri for lunch.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're about to fucking transcend, Joss.
They know me now at the Japanese place.
You're about to levitate.
Like, oh shit, it's this freak.
You're about to fucking levitate like our new hero, our new the All Might of Japanese cults, you could say. We watched Chouetsu Sekai. Also known as Transcendental Worlds, 1991 anime. It was released in 1991.
Oh yes, it was.
By just a little indie studio called Om Shinrikyo.
You might know them for other things.
Yeah, like anime isn't necessarily like their biggest selling points. Do you know what they were doing before 1991?
What were they doing before 1991?
Murdering families.
Murdering families?
Yeah, cultivating botulinum. Like, damn, where's my lighter? There you go.
Thank you.
Synthesizing fucking anthrax. And like storing it in a tank, planning to spray it like across like wherever the fuck they were headquartered at the time.
Yeah.
1989, Omushinrikyo went after like a lawyer who was like putting together a suit against the cult. They sent over like a couple of guys to his place.
Lawyer.
Yeah, and his family. These bitches are petty. They're so fucking petty.
Yeah, they are.
They injected a baby full of potassium chloride. They injected a 14-month-old
Get the fuck out of town.
baby full of poison. Then they killed his wife, and then they killed him with the same poison and strangled him.
But they were doing this all for a game of like spiritual chicken, right?
Yeah,
That was how.
that was the rationalization.
At least it was rationalized by the people at the top of the cult.
Yeah,
To the people that carried out the attacks.
yeah.
Was that if you believe hard enough that you have transcended morality, commit the most atrocious acts.
Yeah.
Because and this will show that you have transcended.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking sick catch-22.
It gets better than that. Like according to the cult, like these people who were like operating like against them, they were at risk of like accruing so much bad karma that they would reincarnate in a terrible state in their next life. So in order for them to avoid accruing more bad karma, they had to kill them to prevent them from like fucking up more of their life, right? That's how they sort of.
I mean, that's sort of
twisted
what I
that
do
around.
every 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Complete cultural reset, ruin my life, and then start again.
Yeah, that seems a bit healthier than what they were cooking up over at headquarters.
Yeah, maybe we haven't explained though that this week we watched the indoctrination anime created by the cult.
Yeah.
Shinrikyo.
Correct.
And I thought it was beautiful.
It
was beyond fucking parody. It was beyond parody.
Surprising.
No, it's not surprising because I am into, like, I'm not one who particularly wields power or control, but I am into like the like, I'm into like observing and analyzing power and control.
Yeah.
And like it's a fucking fascinating I guess both success and complete failure in power and control. It's like a parody.
Yeah.
It's a parody of power and control. Like and like the every episode is clearly what was the name of the leader?
Asahara.
Asahara has I said it. I even put that
put the little stank on it.
I put the gay little stank on it.
Yeah.
Asahara. But he clearly had his hand in all of it, because he's doing voiceovers. He sings a theme tune. And it's fucking fantastic. And he attributes himself with like he can sniff out cancer like they claim dogs can do that. And so maybe I've always thought that dogs are probably our spiritual leaders.
Yeah. Asahara tried to get into medical school, but failed. So I think he like had a bit of a grudge against like a conventional medicine. So he decided to give himself the power to like X-ray vision cancer. See cancer in people's titties.
And that's when the anime really steps up. At the beginning, it's all quite harmless stuff, isn't it?
Well, when you place it into context,
you seem to have a real hate on this.
Well, I had an arc. I had a real arc. Because I sat down to watch it on Monday, fully expecting to hate it. In fact,
a text saying this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. No, in fact, I was like pretty convinced that I already knew the correct moral stance to take on this anime before I even pressed play on the thing. If I
hadn't quite stepped beyond morality, beyond good and evil.
No, I have not transcended quite yet. But if I was on Twitter, I'm pretty sure I would have composed a tweet before I even finished the first episode of this thing. But
what's Twitter? I don't know what that is.
Don't worry about it. I ain't all that. So I watched it, and I was filled with revulsion for like the entire affair. I thought it looks and sounds terrible.
No, it sounds amazing.
It sounds amazing.
The general MIDI. They're using like general MIDI settings.
Yeah.
On the least general MIDI synths. It sounds fantastic.
You really?
Yeah. The soundtrack is incredible. And the voices are recorded in that in the perfect culty way. Like her voice is so soothing. Actually switches to a man about 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah. Oh, those were the only good bits when they were flashing the kaleidoscope and doing the soothing new age music over a generalized very very asinine soporific phrases of a love and compassion.
It was great. It was real classic dungeon synth.
I appreciated that. Yeah. But the amateur voice acting, I suppose, had its charm, but it got grating pretty quickly. But the production. The production was not what I was concerned about, and I suppose I couldn't even give it the proper attention because I was sitting there just experiencing this strange moral roller coaster as I was watching this. Like I said, it's 1991. They released this propaganda film, and 4 years later, they do the sarin attack and Tokyo subway. The year before the sarin attack, they did a trial run. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that. Yeah.
They trialed the sarin attack. They put a tank of sarin in a truck along with some makeshift fan thing. They fucked it up. Luckily,
fart truck.
Yeah. It's people reported smelling strange smells. It was deadly farts.
No, I've been so prior to learning that in fact you told me they produced an anime.
Yeah.
But prior to learning they produced an anime, I started reading what's that faggot's name?
Murakami.
Yeah, total faggot. I started reading Murakami. I'm doing it. When you say it to me, when you say it to me, I start doing the arigato gozaimasu.
I'm sorry, Murakami.
Murakami.
R.K. Murakami.
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 My mate Murakami. I'm reading he did a book of interviews with the survivors of the sarin attacks.
Yeah.
And it's fucking absorbing. It's really good.
Yeah.
I haven't because this week I got distracted by
music
creating
actual magic,
creating actual chaos,
unlike this phony ass.
I haven't read as much as I want to. I was really absorbed, and then I got more absorbed in something else.
That's okay, because I dove right into this shit. I was having a real episode. Like I said, I was just a bit revolted watching the show. This what is essentially just recruitment propaganda for a cult that is at the time invested in assassinating its political enemies and spraying VX gas into the faces of people who tried to leave the cult. They were doing that too. They fucked around with VX.
What's VX?
It's another nerve agent.
Sick.
Yeah, it's the nerve agent that what's his name, Kim Jong Un used on his brother.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah. Have I shown you this? Have I shown you what my friend gave me? I showed you the big poster, right? Did I show you the little posters?
No.
Hang on, wait. Hold on.
Oh, but we're recording. They won't be able to see this. Joss is bringing out some good propaganda. Actually, this is oh yeah. Oh, I love that.
So that one's a Soviet thing, and this one is North Korean propaganda.
Hell yeah,
and it's fucking incredible,
some
right?
Sick North Korean Soviet futurist inspired art. And there's a lady programmer.
A lady programmer. Well, because actually feminism is central to the core of of communism.
Yeah.
International Women's Day. It's a communist
Those
thing.
no, those posters do rule.
Yeah, they're fucking sick.
Yeah.
And that's going to go above my little work zone when I make the little work zone.
Yeah.
See, this is a good podcast. you critique my podcasting methodology. But
1991. There was an episode in Chouetsu Sekai where I think this was like the second episode, and like Asahara is sort of like describing how he has an out of body experience while he's like meditating, and like his spirit body like walks among the disciples, and he's like listens in on like a group of like chatty disciples being like, oh, did you hear Yoko has a crush on what's his name?
the way it's so clear that he mythologizes like little accidents and like parlor tricks.
Yep.
Like that thing is, he clearly heard a fucking rumor.
Yeah.
And or was just walking past someone, they didn't know who he fucking was, probably.
Yeah.
And overheard it, whatever. And then he was like, oh yeah, I did a magic thing.
That was my spirit body. Actually,
that was my spirit body.
It goes deeper than that. Like around this time, they were doing wiretapping. They were wiretapping all of their disciples. Basically, they had like
how really what?
Yeah, like the member. Do you know who ended up being the members of like Om Shinrikyo? They were like extremely popular with like fairly well educated like university students.
Yeah, well, that was hence. But this is why they produced an anime, because that was who they were trying to recruit. They were trying to recruit those guys that were like
fucking nerds.
The fucking nerds. Yeah, they were trying to recruit the things that the people that Gainax were like parodying and what's it called?
Yeah, no, that's it. And they managed to get those people, the kind of people that like knew how to wiretap. They even like got people in the fucking JSDF. They got like people in politics. They got people who were like with operational knowledge of like creating chemical weapons.
You okay to freestyle for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
What you got to do?
I have to pee.
Oh yeah, no, do your thing. I gotta save the Om Shinrikyo stuff for you back. Oh, all right. What's been going on with Lawrence? Oh, no, just the weight of the responsibility of freestyling is just hit me now. I'm so tempted to just like sit in silence and sip my beer. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons. I guess I can't take that back now. But like the important thing is, I brought a really delicious cheese to the D&D game, and it made me feel so fucking powerful. I'm the DM. I'm like, you could probably surmise from the way that I talk that like I'm the kind of nerd that like always ends up being the DM for these groups. And that has been the case ever since we've been playing these fucking dice games, these dice and imagination games. And in all my time as a DM, I've never felt as powerful as when I brought this extremely stinky French cheese to the D&D table and saw my mates like scooping it up and devouring it with crackers. That felt so good. It's such a good cheese too. It's called La Sanglée de Couardi. That's a free plug right there. They've earned that. Had some really nice chorizo as well. Lately, this is a new thing I'm doing where I don't drink while playing. Oh, thank God. I started talking about D&D. I panicked.
Fuck's sake.
Pick up the fucking microphone.
Yeah. What was I thinking about? I was thinking about power. I was thinking I'm fucking fascinated by power. I'm fascinated by fucking control.
Sure.
And like but I also have this like this thing where I try to like I try to live my life out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to I try to be aware of the trappings of power and how you use power.
Yeah.
But I'm fucking fascinated, and I
it is fascinating.
and I've like convinced myself, because I'm a numpty that, or like, you know, because of this cognitive dissonance that like that I'm not subject to power.
Yeah.
That
advertising definitely doesn't work on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly. That sort of shit.
I would never fall for cold reading.
No, exactly. But and so like, I think in a sort of like postmodern way, like I am aware that like, I'm very aware that shit is happening.
Sure.
But I also think that I'm above it.
Yeah.
And well, no, but not above it, but just like too fucking stupid to read it. I'm too fucking warped.
Like, algorithm can't catch me. I keeping it on its toes at all times.
Yeah. But I sit here with my Sony headphones and my Apple laptop, and also you think society, you you think capitalism is bad, but you still have an iPhone. But what I was trying to say, so because I'm fascinated by power, but thinking that I'm above it, I have this like voyeuristic thing because I think people that fall for misuses of power and for blatant like control, I think that like, I find it funny.
It's a
like,
flammery, con artistry, which leads to just violent exploitation and brainwashing using what's that shit called? LSD, mescaline, what's the stuff called? Something barbital.
Phenobarbital,
which is all stuff that they were synthesizing in Om Shinrikyo as well.
Sick.
Yeah.
There aren't enough drugs in Japan though. That's fucking sick. And so yeah, I get when one of these fucking lunatics, and they're all not lunatics. When one of these fucking guys who clearly suck, they're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Like rises up and is able to exert power and control over the normies, over normies and or weirdos. Like, I just think it's like there's a little bit of me that thinks, go you. There is.
You can't knock the hustle.
No, like, because I had this. I don't know. Like, it's weird. I know it's not good, but I get like I just think it's fucking fab. Like or interesting at least. And I think that this media, if you sat down to watch this anime as like I'm gonna be entertained by this anime, then it's not the right anime for you because it's not entertaining.
No,
in fact, it is very much not entertaining. And I don't think they even really tried to make it entertaining.
No,
there are things like they could have made it badass extreme. There was no badass extreme, like, but it was like
just a very mundane kind of a demonstration of like this reincarnated gods, like
no, but it's not mundane. It's not mundane because of all the like the symbols and the signifiers that they're using to try to communicate that someone is a higher being, and that his calm puppy dog eyes, and the fact that when shots linger for so long on his loving eyes, and the sort of manipulation of reality. That's fucking fascinating. Look at it as it's like we've talked about this before, like with consuming can I have that last bit, is that okay?
Oh yeah, do your thing.
I've hosted these other two. We've talked about it before, about like sort of consuming bracket problematic bracket media, like the Burzum conundrum. That I would never be seen dead in a fucking Burzum t-shirt.
Sure.
But and I wouldn't
you wouldn't wear one of those shirts that they had
no actually actually I did have a friend who had a Heaven's Gate t-shirt. And we once went to see a film at the cinema, and he really upset the like cinema person. I don't know why.
They were the Nikes cult. Yeah.
Yeah. They were the Nikes cult. So I had a friend who thought that was cool and funny.
Yeah.
Oh no, cool. It was cool rather than funny.
Sure.
But also it was good graphic design. That what are they called again? Heaven's Gate. That was fucking great graphic design. Their website's still up, I think, or at least it was a few years ago. And it's a great website.
I don't know too much about them actually. So.
Yeah. They're pretty sick.
Yeah.
If you want to think about city power and control, then yeah, absolutely, they're pretty cool.
Yeah. I won't deny there's something fascinating about it.
So what I was saying was completely lost my track when you talked about Heaven's Gate.
Well, I kind of wanted to get into the mundanity of it all. Like you don't seem to think it's mundane, but no, like I said, the second episode where like Asahara, sort of he's walking around in his spirit body, and he like overhears, oh, Yoko has a crush on Shinji or whatever, and like and then the next scene is like Asahara like picking up the phone, calling this bitch and being like, hey. Stop it, bitch. But he's like, what do you even see in him?
No, she does. Yeah. Do you not want to find enlightenment?
Yeah.
And I actually think but I think you're ignoring the fact that this show actually had an incredible ramp in terms of or not an incredible ramp, but a very good ramp curve in terms of how they up the stakes.
I'm building up to that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What appears to be like some sort of a spiritual gift turns out to have like a much darker like undergirding, which is like the fact that he was wiretapping all of these people and knew what the fuck was going on. And you can imagine this scenario taking place IRL. And I doubt that this Asahara fellow is really telling this lady, oh, you should stop that. That's just another vector for like a gross kind of exploitation that they did not include in the anime, which probably would have made it more interesting, in my opinion. But that wouldn't recruit many people.
What vector is that?
What
vector? Oh, the wiretapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about the wiretapping. So what's the wiretapping? Oh, and also, do you know how hard it is to tap wire? Well, I suppose if they had someone from that worked at the switchboard, but actually no, as a switchboard operator doesn't know who's coming in and out. So you could to have a unless you were all living in the same building. If you were living in a compound, it would be very easy to wiretap the members of or in a commune. Very easy to wiretap members of the commune. But it's not fucking easy to wiretap the lower downs and maybe sure. Yeah. I mean, let's be real.
Okay, you did a real good job wiretapping Mr. Asahara. But that's the least of their crimes.
But I don't know where was this written about the wiretapping. The wiretapping of the general the non-ordained members of the cult were wiretapped.
Yeah.
How?
Well, I don't know, via ohm methods.
No,
I'm just
no, that's not.
Okay, sure. All right. You want to do the ohm apologism? That's
No, I'm not doing ohm apologism.
No, I don't know the details. I don't know the details of like the wiretapping, etc. I'm just my point is this a mundane is weird thing. This thing that this cult leader wants you to believe is like some sort of like a spiritual a gift is in fact like a gross violation of people's privacy, and that's not how it's represented in the anime, which of course it isn't.
Now we willingly have our wires tapped every day by all sorts of cults and corporations.
See, and that's where my mind went as I was watching the show. Like I'm watching this and I'm going like, well, this is disgusting, this is sick, these people were sick, and then I think of I think about the sarin gas attack, and like I'm sure reading those firsthand accounts, like
they're pumping shit into our water.
Yeah,
and we pay them to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like the as the episodes progress, and I see my my beautiful medium, anime, being used to manipulate, to indoctrinate, to propagandize, and then
Yes.
and then the coin dropped, and I was like, I consume this shit every day. I consume like the worst fucking messages. It's like just and I broke for a bit. I had like a little bit of a I'm sure I've jokingly like said I wanted to start this podcast to like to break your brain. Of course, I would never actually.
No, we did. We talked about at the beginning. We realized that there's nothing you could do that I haven't already tried.
Yeah, and I would never want to harm you like that, of course. But there was like a little bit of like a sadistic glee in the thought of like subjecting you to like dumb shit like on a weekly basis. But I think I may have been the first to crack here. I think this show may have cracked me. For a couple of days, I was like, "Fuck anime! What the fuck am I doing with my life? I've got to be more critical about like the things that I consume. I've got to be more critical about the things that I say. I need to think. I need to think more."
No, but this is that's what I was talking about when I forgot what I was talking about. We're talking about the Burzum t-shirt conundrum. And so yeah, it feeds directly into what you're saying. Can you pass me a cigarette, please?
Oh yeah.
It feeds directly into what you're saying. So I would never walk around the streets wearing a Burzum t-shirt. I would never say to a friend or a stranger, "Listen to Burzum, it's fucking sick."
Sure.
But well, actually, no, I would say that. But I wouldn't say. Oh, anyway. So what?
With caveats.
With caveats. But also, it's like there are things that are important to the medium, and you can observe symbolism, and you can observe like power and control and how it transfers when you watch and listen to these kinds of things.
Yeah.
And like if something is like for instance nu metal. Like so much of the music in nu metal is fucking garbage. It's just shit. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, I think Deftones are the only good nu metal band.
That's opening up a whole can of worms.
But there are albums within that oeuvre that are fucking important to listen to because they are full of symbolism, and they are full of symbols of that era, of that mindset. Like the first Slipknot album. It's not good music. Like let's not kid ourselves. Slipknot is good music, but it's a fucking incredible fucking timepiece, and you should listen to it if you want to understand that time.
Yeah.
And just like similarly with when you go to a gallery, when you go to an art gallery, you look at art by like rapists and murderers and fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
But you don't go, I'm not gonna look at this. I'm gonna avert my eyes from this Caravaggio because he killed some bitch or whatever. We don't consume art in that way necessarily, although people are moving more and more towards consuming art in that way. But there are things like, for instance, music, or for instance, anime, where we tie in because these things are brands. Like Gundam is a lifelong brand.
You know, I was about
right?
to bring that up.
Yeah. So is a lifelong brand, and we have tied our morality to brands.
Yeah.
If we consume this thing, we also exhibit their values, represent those values, and those values that media represents us as well.
Yeah.
I wear the Burzum t-shirt. Therefore, I see, and when it comes to that kind of thing, I see that as well. I get drawn into it. I see someone wearing a Burzum t-shirt, I think fascist or moron.
Yeah.
Fascist or someone who is just oblivious to fascism.
Yeah, sure. When in fact it's just an autistic black metal enjoying person. Not look past it at all, except the sonics.
The thing about the Burzum t-shirt is that's not the art. That is the consumer side of the art.
Yes,
Burzum's music.
That's true, yeah.
Burzum's music. A lot of it. There's some shit. Is an incredible example of Norwegian black metal and of where it came from and where it went as well.
Yeah.
Not quite to where the ends of where it went. It's gone into something completely different now. But it's important to listen to if you're studying it and thinking about it.
Yeah.
And this anime, I think, really, it's like it sounds like you started watching it thinking this is bad, and this isn't my brand.
Yeah.
But then you moved into this state where it's like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And this is important because it's actually quite rare to be able to see the work of cults and the media and the way in which they want to represent themselves
in the media
such
that
bare form, in such
a
bare and consumable form.
Yeah.
I never talked this much on this fucking podcast.
No. Yeah, this anime clearly spoke to you. I hear what you're saying.
Did any of that make any sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was there 100%. Let me have some of that.
So either stop looking at the Caravaggios, or listen to some Burzum and enjoy it in the same way that you might enjoy a Caravaggio.
Yeah, but I also thought about like the scale and the scope of like the kind of like the stochastic terrorism that they were like committing at the time, and like
is that different to scholastic terrorism?
It's not very different actually. Like people who don't want critical race theory in schools are doing stochastic terrorism as well. I keep coming back to the sarin gas attack and the effect that it's had on people. Like it only killed 13 people. There were like 6,000.
I know. I read 3.
They're free.
In the immediate aftermath.
The attack took place on like several different like lines in the Tokyo subway like system, and like so each train had like a number of like deaths in total. Actually, it came to 13.
To be fair, I only got on one. I'm only one line into the book. Right. In fact, I think he only covered. No, he's only covering one line.
Oh right, I see. So there's 13 in total, and 6,000 injured. And like when you think of like the kind of effects that injury from sarin gas has, like it's not like long COVID or whatever. I'm sorry. I don't mean
no, but it exactly is like long COVID. What are you talking about?
No, it is. It has like a lasting impact on like your nervous system. It like affects you for years to come in unexpected ways.
But those motherfuckers, some of them went straight back to work the next day. In fact, loads of them did. In the book, it talks about how it was actually in Murakami's book. It talks about how the physical, aside from the 3 guys in that station who died, who were they were the train attendants who picked up the fucking bag and put it in their office.
Oh gosh, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, they put it in their office. They died, but actually everyone else, the physical effects subsided reasonably quickly, and there weren't lasting physical effects, but it was the mental effects that affected them, that completely changed their lives, warped their lives. There were divorces, there were there were
lasting physical effects as well, according to the records that I've read. But that wasn't what I was getting at. What was I getting at? So like it's an atrocious thing to have happened, to enact, to like organize, plan, and like actually carry out. And that kind of that thing is sad.
Terrorism bad. Hot takes.
Current takes. The hot take is terrorism ruined my anime. My terrorism ruined my appreciation for anime.
Terrorism interesting is my take.
Yeah. Damn. Have you ever read this book, Eichmann in Jerusalem?
No.
It's a book about I read this like a long time ago, back when I was like really interested in World War II, and like all of the stuff around it was like 16, 17 or something like that. And it's like basically a record like it's written by this lady Hannah Arendt, and she is invited to see the trial of like this guy Adolf Eichmann. No, this is
I know. Eichmann was the doctor, right? Was he one of the doctors?
No, that was Joseph Mengele.
Oh, it was Mengele.
Eichmann was the guy who was literally making sure the trains were running on time.
Okay, yeah.
And this was after the Nuremberg trials, like 20 years after, like 1961.
He was sunning himself from Brazil or something. Like
he was in Argentina.
Hey, there you go.
And he got kidnapped by the Mossad. The Mossad like infiltrated Argentina and like just picked him up off of the street, took him back to Jerusalem.
How do we even know he's the right guy?
I'm pretty sure they probably had pictures, I think.
Have you seen that the Labour Party might expel you now for even hearing something anti-Semitic?
I haven't been following that. I've only I've only heard you're gonna have to update me about that in a bit. But yeah, so they organized this mock trial basically, and like I picked up the book again recently because of this anime. I was like, I'm not thinking enough. I need to like bring it back to.
You've been on a real journey this week.
I did. And Hannah Arendt's incredible writer. The book just flows so fucking well. I was able to finish like half of it within like a couple of days. And just the right level of like ironic anti-Semitism as well. I feel like Hannah Arendt would definitely listen to anime now.
It's ironic.
She emphasizes that this mock trial, they put this person on trial because for organizing the Holocaust. Everybody already knew what the outcome of the trial was going to be basically, but the purpose was for Israel, which only existed for about 25 years at this point, to like basically like get their revenge on the Holocaust, to demonstrate to the world like the monstrosity of
back,
like
baby.
Of Nazism. And like,
back being annoying. Nino, 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 Nino. It's Israel. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
All right. And what they failed to anticipate was that this fucking nerd, this guy Adolf Eichmann, ended up not being a monster. They didn't. He would not conform to their image of like this sadistic, cruel anti-Semite that was capable of like doing something as terrible as the Holocaust. He turned out to be the most ordinary person. He was subjected to psychological
banality of evil.
That's where the phrase originates from.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
He turned out to be just a regular guy. He like talked in cliches incessantly. Like didn't have a single thought in his head. He was just the perfect vessel for like Nazism, for totalitarian thought. Like he would sit in his the defendant's box, just bragging about like all of the promotions he got throughout the years. In this year I was Ubersturmführer, and the next year like I got a promotion because I actually don't hate the Jews. I think they're great. I just like I got orders to deport everyone. I was just doing my job, and like the Führer's word was law. So I was like, how can I be guilty? I was following the law the whole time, and that was like the frustrating thing. They wanted to see a monster, this frothing, foaming at the mouth being, but what they got was like a mirror image of like the kind of like a careerist people, or like a.
We call them careerists. Is that a dog whistle?
Sure.
Bracket, careerist, bracket.
Yeah, and the reason, and that's basically the same. I imagine the members of Om Shinrikyo were is subject to the same kind of like you can't really call it indoctrination. It's just like it's a inculcation of like a thought, like a worldview, and you have to like keep in mind that Japan has its own history of like a totalitarian statism.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Yeah, and like when there's a vacuum there, when the emperor like isn't the emperor anymore, like the way he used to be, like people may be inclined to find another emperor and like just live out the programming that they've been fucking scholastically terrorized with.
It's me. I'm the emperor. It was interesting. Yeah, I was watching that hard hitting documentary, Fish Tank by $1 Million Entertainment Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
And there's a Japanese fella on there. It was one of the protagonists. And over the chat that gets streamed into the house, someone asked him about the rape of Nanking, and he didn't know about the rape of Nanking. Yeah. And then I thought,
not that weird.
I thought, what the fuck? This guy doesn't know about the rape of Nanking, but he's from Japan. And then I thought, we've never taught about the organized famines that the British organized in India.
Forced sterilization.
You're not taught in school that we invented fucking concentration camps. We set out.
That's right.
I say we. But this country set out the roadmap for the Nazis followed.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't quite know how like I see this as the indie version of fascism.
It just like a small label fascism.
This is the Bell and Sebastian of fascism.
Yeah,
like I'm not that into it. Actually, no, it's not the Bell and Sebastian, because I genuinely don't like Bell and Sebastian. This is what would be a good comparison of like, this is the moldy peaches of fascism.
You like moldy peaches too, don't you?
And that's what I mean. I love moldy peaches, and I think and I have a real soft spot for the aesthetics of and the terrorism of
Okay,
no, not the terror, but it's the there is a sincere lack of ideology in their terrorism.
It's
they would achieve nothing. It was such a nihilistic act of terrorism.
It's a syncretic kind of ideology. Like it operated according to the base desires of like this person trying to maintain power over the people he had power over. And I don't know in how far that's ideological. Like he did a bit of Buddhism, a bit of Christianity, a bit of Hinduism, but the real object of worship was him.
But it was, so if you're talking about the trappings and the symbolism that they use in their religion, then you're missing out a huge part there, which is that they sort of brought there's a lot of Christian imagery, and
they basically make him look like Jesus.
Yeah. I thought the way he represented his body in the anime was fantastic as well. Very interesting.
Oh yeah,
because it's clearly him. The avatar they used for him is very much him.
Well, Jesusified. Yeah.
What was his name again?
Asahara.
Nice. Asahara. But he's just a sort of like a 5'8" little fat guy.
Yeah, fat, scummy.
Yeah.
Like, didn't bathe much.
Yeah, but in this, and the points where he's like standing on hilltops with the wind blowing through him and things.
Yeah.
He is It's not muscular that they presented him as.
No, it's
but it is like a monolithic.
It's a romantic heroism.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the dude staring over
but
an ocean
he
of
remains
fog.
like if you look at real photos of him, he's a full on soft boy.
Yeah, he's a gooey boy.
But they didn't fully sort of muscle them up. They didn't in the anime, but like the poses as well are very awkward, sort of quite autistic. This is how a man stands.
Yeah.
I think he's sort of in a meditative pose staring at the mountains.
Yeah.
And I think this is a scene where they fade from the anime into because there's real footage in this as well.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the, and he's standing on this mountain with the wind blowing, and you can see that they are trying to represent sort of a pillar,
heroic figure,
figure, but also failing as well.
Yeah.
There's a he looks like if I don't know if people have, if you're into like metal music or whatever, he looks like a sort of a metal fan. He's attempted the sort of long flowing, sort of shining locks of Jesus.
Yeah.
But he looks like one of the guys that hasn't. You could absolutely see him at like at Download Festival.
Yeah.
Or Ozfest or something, chanting about being
probably
a Viking
trying to fucking spike someone's drink.
Well, he is quite into chemicals.
Yeah,
he is quite into chemicals.
Damn, I thought we would get a bit more jokey with it, but like I appreciate your comments on the anime. I hope you bring this energy for Gundam next week.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's I'm not gonna get started on like
have I really got
how
to watch
important
more Gundam
the symbolism is in Gundam, how important it is to watch it, to understand what comes after it, because it sounds I would sound a lot like someone else on this podcast.
I've really been on my shit this week.
There was one question I did want to ask you, which is like out of like all of the dumbass powers that like Asahara ascribes to himself across this anime, I find like the dumbest was the one episode where like he's his followers see him walking around town, and
but that's the one I was referring to as like a parlor trick. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
The followers see him walking around town, and when they get back to wherever he was at the dojo, he's like, "Oh, I was here all along." And it's like, "Oh, that must have been my astral body." And it's like, what kind of dumbass power is it to like be chilling at home but also being out at the same time? That fucking
sick.
sucks.
You ever done that?
No, that sucks.
He was astral projecting.
That's no, it's dumb. It sounds fucking dumb to me.
You've never been like you've had a sweet what are the two weeds? What are the two cannabises?
Indica and sativa.
Sativa's the one that makes you EP.
Indica makes you EP.
Indica makes you EP. So you've never had a sweet indica and sunken into your sofa and thought, God, I wish I could pop to the shop for a bag of Doritos. And then astral project it out there and come back in.
Well, when you reframe it like that, it seems a lot cooler.
That's a fucking sick power.
Yeah. Well,
he was just popping to the shop for he was popping to the 7-Eleven for
some precursor chemicals.
Yeah.
I was gonna get into the irony of.
You've seen Four Lions, right?
We watched it together.
Did we watch it together?
Yeah.
What a fucking fantastic film.
Yeah.
And that again that's definitely a film about the banality of evil.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what that film is.
Yeah.
Have you watched The Day Shall Come?
No, that one I haven't watched.
I think you might enjoy it.
You
might enjoy it. Well, you will enjoy it, but I'm wondering whether or not you'll enjoy it even more.
Oh, that's the other Chris Morris one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember watching the trailer and I was like, this looks kind of rubbish.
No, it looks goofy and it has a goofier Hollywoodier vibe, but actually it's fucking fantastic. It's really worth a watch.
I trust it would be.
And it's all about
shit.
Power and control as well, and the state.
Yeah.
And what we haven't talked about, and I'm sure we're probably running out of time.
We are.
Is how much the state has to play in how we think about the Aum cult and also probably the acts that Aum carried out. Which is what The Day Shall Come is all about.
Oh.
Basically, the FBI creates its own terror attack.
That's very interesting. Well, I'm convinced. I'm gonna watch that. Let me hit you with a film recommendation as well, because I watched something other than anime this week. The Banality of Evil. The reason why I started reading The Banality of Evil is because I got turned on to this documentary called Me and the Cult Leader. Just like released in 2020, and it's about one of the victims of the sarin gas attack, one who did suffer from like lasting physical damage.
Oh, I'm so eepy.
He was very eepy, and he did not seem happy about it at all. Okay,
I'm eepy.
I was
I'm
very
eepy
convinced.
too.
I was convinced by his eepiness. You need to get some sleep. You haven't been hit with actual sarin. You could just sleep it off.
You don't know this.
Sleep it off.
Who knows what's seeping through that? The corner of darkness.
could be some fucking anthrax going on in there. Yeah, but it's one of the victims of the sarin gas attack produced this like really awesome cinema verite kind of.
What's that?
It's like
like
documentary style, but like without like BBC documentary production, just like hand cam, like very very intimate, very like capturing the moment to moment.
Sounds funny.
Yeah, it was not horny at all. So he like hangs out with the current leader of Aleph, which is what Shinrikyo became.
They split into two cults.
Yeah. So the leader of
banned,
Aleph, they're both still considered terrorist organizations.
Imagine banning a.
I think a sarin gas attack would warrant a ban.
Yeah.
I think that would be warranted.
Yeah.
It's among the things that they did.
You ever scroll through the list of banned organizations in the UK?
No.
It's a very interesting read.
I bet.
It's a really, in fact, it
includes Tyler the Creator.
If you're still on your shit after today, I would have a list through the prescribed organizations. Have a look through the prescribed organizations in the UK.
Yeah, no, this anime did a number on me, so I'm not done yet. So this guy, really fascinating story. I'm not gonna get into it. He accidentally married a member of Shinrikyo without knowing that she was a member of Shinrikyo. And apparently he shared a hometown basically with the head of the cult. And they go back to their hometown together, and like they sort of have a kind of journey of reconciliation, and that's just the short version. There's a lot more to it, but we also don't have. I'm not going over an hour. Chouetsu Sekai, what's your rating?
I'm in a weird phase, right? Like. You've seen me. You've seen what I've been up to.
Yeah.
I'm in this point where I get quite excited about most things. So it's hard to tell. It was boring, but it was also fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than Gundam. What did they give Gundam last week?
Well, we're not rating Gundam yet because we haven't finished Gundam. We still got many episodes to go.
I'm really go watch Gundam again this week.
Yes. Chouetsu Sekai. I'm giving it an asterisk out of 10. This anime took me out of my fucking head, and this is only the beginning. Things are spinning.
I'm gonna give it. What was it? 13?
13?
I'm gonna give it 13.
13 out of 6,000.
Well, how many lines did they hit? I think it was 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it 13 out of 3 or 4. Because if it like how do I explain this? I think I've explained it enough as I go throughout this episode.
No, yeah.
But it's fucking fascinating, and I feel lucky. I feel lucky. No. I feel lucky.
Finish your fight.
I feel lucky that this exists. Like I feel lucky that I get a glimpse into how this man and these people wanted to present themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't see it as I see it as a really fucking interesting document to fucking read. And it's a fucking interesting document to read.
I find it strange that you can like hold that position while also reading a book about like the first-hand accounts of people who actually were a victim of these attacks.
No.
Like
but surely you can see exactly why I can hold that position while reading a book about the people who survived the attack, because nothing, as long as you can read it, nothing informs you more than the fucking words, the words that from the horse's fucking mouth, and you get to analyze the way in which they try to manipulate you through it. Like I come out of this with no more sympathy for the armed cult or for the leaders of the armed cult, but I come out with a wealth more knowledge of what they were thinking, how they wanted you to think they were thinking, isn't that more interesting? Isn't that a more valuable artifact than something that's just made for your entertainment? Like this wasn't an entertaining an entertaining show. This wasn't an entertainment show. This show was a message.
Yeah.
And you get to read and unpick that.
I was following you until we started like ascribing value to the artifacts, but like I hear I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I feel where you're coming from, absolutely. And that's if there's anything of value here, it's your takes. I appreciate those, and I'm looking forward to seeing you taking this energy to 5 episodes of Gundam next week.
Fuck me. read Mein Kampf. I've never read Mein Kampf.
Yeah. Nice.
But I felt like I imagine it's probably, this was at least probably more entertaining than I imagined. I've read excerpts of Mein Kampf. This is more entertaining than excerpts of Mein Kampf. They should make a Mein Kampf cartoon. Would you watch the Mein Kampf anime?
I think if I'm not mistaken, there's a manga. I might be tripping. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Maybe next week, guys. We're reading the Mein Kampf manga.
No, we're watching Gundam.
Read along with us.
We're watching Gundam.
Read along with us in the Mein Kampf manga.